roll tide, but yeah.
Hey, hey, what up, what up, what up?
Software.
A type voice creation.
Hey, roll tide back, yeah, we ride from the dust. Go stepped out, they were praying we bust. 10 wins later and we still in the hunt. SEC title game, yeah, we back up front. They said we dead, but the tide don't drown. We reload quick, hold, stay, hold it down. Tuscaloosa build different legends in the clay. Haters talk loud, but they never won't play. First round here, let the world in the trance. Mouth wide open like they caught in the stands. Thought we were broken, thought we were done. And the tide rolled in and the scoreboard spun. Mind left blank, whole crowd in the freeze. We do what we do, make giants to their knees. Haters pray hard for the tide to fall flat, but the tide rolls up. Now imagine that. Now imagine that. But the tide rolls up. Yeah, we the school with the rings, with the Lord with the crown. Walk in the room and the whole place bound. From Brian to Saban, the dynasty life. New era, same smoke, we forever gon' thrive. We built on grit, on blood, on pride. On Saturdays, the host I ride with the tide. Haters wanna doubt, but they never learn enough. Alabama football, we invented tough. Hey, hater, what up? Why you looking so stressed? Your team on vacation, we're still getting blessed. You scrolling through your phone, trying to find who to blame. Yeah, but your squad tapped out, they ain't built for the game. Yeah. You talk about next year, talk about next team. But the tide in your head like a permanent dream. Fix your buzzer, Roger, fix your we look crook of the tide. Ain't worried, we do what we do. We shock the world once, we shock it again. Every season, reload, every season we win. You can hope, you can pray, you can wish for our fall. But the tide roll heavy, we don't listen at all. We the standard, the blueprint, the code. Every hate in the south know the legend we wrote. So keep talking that talk, keep hoping we slip. But the tide stay ready, hold stay, don't drip. Hold stay, don't drip. Why you mad we back up? What up? Get 'em broke time. Why you mad we back up? What up? Get 'em broke time. But the tide just showed up. What up? Get 'em broke time. You were praying we fold up. But the tide done showed up. Now the whole damn south done blowed up. What up? Get 'em broke.
Now, getting over here to this thing here, man. Look, man. Fanduel, man. It's had me burning for a minute. They had us loot. I thought it was like you're saying we're gonna win 8 game, but it's that. Let me just say, the Vegas odd makers and FanDuel are experts. They kind of went off the rails a little bit. At least they sent me off the rails, saying that our win total for the 2026 season would be like about 8.5. That's what they're setting the line at. They may think you'll win 9. They may think you'll win 7, but I thought that was kind of low. I mean, they're up there with their, the tall buildings and whispering on Vegas and ordering call girls and stuff and saying that Bama can't run the ball. And the departure of Ty Simpson and our entire offensive line is the end of the DeBoer rise. Now, I'm thinking I remember them saying that Ty Simpson was going to be a failure anyway. Am I lying? I got news for the smart guys in the suits. Alabama don't rebuild, we reload. Always remember that. I don't care what you got to say. Next man up. It isn't just a cliche around there, but it's a mandate. Because we got things to do. We're sitting here in March watching Coach Caleb Boyd retool this machine, and I'm telling you right now, I don't see 2 teams on this schedule that I can say, oh yeah, we can't beat them. I don't see more than 2 teams on the schedule that say, oh, we can't beat them. I see 2 teams that probably can beat us, but I don't see 2 teams, let alone 5, because there are no half games, or 4. I don't see 4 teams that can take us out. Maybe I'm wrong, but because I care about the Tide, I want to see us ready to battle. We got to scout the perimeter. We need 4 teams that we need to keep on the radar. I'm not going to be totally arrogant with this thing. When you look at how this thing is put together, here are the projected win totals for every SEC team. So you really don't get higher than 9.5 because I look for, where is Indiana or other people, wherever they slated to be next year or whatever. There may be a 10.5 out there somewhere with it's either going to be an Indiana or Michigan, maybe Oregon, but it ain't in our league. As you can see, they got Texas winning 9.5. I should say not winning 9.5. They got their high-low set at 9.5, along with Georgia, LSU. And we played 2 of those teams. Are those the 2 teams I'm most worried about? Sort of. Georgia, yes. LSU, not so much. Your boy need a little bit of time to get his stuff together down there. Then you come to the next level of people. It's just Texas A&M, and it's Alabama at 8.5. Everybody else they predicted they'll win less than us. But first up, mark your calendars because October 10th, the Georgia Bulldogs are coming to Bryant-Denny Stadium with revenge on their mind. Well, we should have revenge on our mind because they beat the dog stank out of us in the SEC championship, so it should be revenge on our mind. The national media is already crowning them the SEC Kings because we transitioned their quarterback. But it's something about DeBoer and his quarterback whispering capabilities I think people are missing out on. They think the battle between Austin Mack, Keelan Russell is going to leave us vulnerable. But they forgot, Ryan Williams still out. Ryan Coleman Williams is still out there making, defensive backs like they're wearing cement. We got people coming in. We got beat by them in the SEC championship, but doing it on our field, I know they would love to do it. They're dangerous, but if they keep going to jail and doing all the rest of the stuff they're doing, I don't know who's gonna be left on their team. How about discussing what's on their team? Who gonna be off probation or what is it, probation or parole that's gonna be on their team? How can you possibly send that many people to the county jail in your own county, Clark County, in your own county, and still nobody's talking about them? Come on, Kirby's a good coach, man, but he ain't no magician. If he's such a magician, he need to figure out a way to get that county sheriff off his boys, or go find some boys that know how to commit, crimes that are not felonies. Next, we got to talk about that trip to Neyland Stadium in October 17th to face the Tennessee Volunteers, them snitches in Volunteers. Going up to see them clowns is always a circus. And, the recent talk about our weak offensive line has some people in orange-clad fans. Well, I'm talking with had them snitches talking about us, but I'm sorry. With our horrible offensive line, we beat y'all. And we beat y'all with using some defense. Then you had your quarterback. So what about their quarterback situation? I ain't really thinking about them right now. Our defense ain't off. Our defense is rebuilding, got a lot of playing talent over there. And they're not going to be throwing the ball. They may have to run it. But if you can't run either, guess what? You're going to get beat. And they got three quarterback battles. You think we got some? They got three quarterbacks. They're trying to figure out who's going to be the main person. But the critics are saying that Jackson Lloyd and our Porter additions like Ty Hayward won't be able to handle the noise and the pressure in the trenches. I say Coach Ryan Grubb, he's going to have this unit mashing people into the dirt by mid-October. It could look funny, goofy around September, but there's nothing sweeter than lighting up them cigars while Tennessee fans are sitting over there, spitting into their doggone, they spit jugs. They got all of them carry spit jugs. With the girls in college, they put spit jugs around their chin. So, anyway, snitches. Third on the list, you look at the LSU Tigers on the Lane Kiffin. Yeah, we got to go into Death Valley on November 7th. The Vegas people love that drama of going down there under the lights and Baton Rouge and all the voodoo and all the hoodoo. They better watch that stinking Tiger before Peter come over there or the ASPCA come over there and take it. They're betting on the offense, his offense to exploit our new depth up front, the front seven. They're talking about the loss of Deontay Lawson and Tim Keelan, like we don't have young lions ourselves waiting in the wings. They don't know nothing about Caden Jones and Justin Hill. Lane can bring all the doggone Twitter memes and the fast-paced plays he want, but the Alabama defense is about discipline and violence. And who is his quarterback? Oh, Trinidad Chambers is not his quarterback. Nussmeier got up out of there. Who is his quarterback? See how they do it? Everybody talking about our quarterback, but nobody's talking about their dang quarterback. Who is their quarterback? And they forgot about young St. Pierre. He's still here. He still eat quarterbacks for breakfast. Don't start with me. We owe the Tigers a physical reminder of who really runs the Old West. And to be honest, folks, I'm all basing this on a reestablished run game. I know it was off, but they may put people in the wind. Coach, players, they gone. New people are in. And finally, I can't believe I'm saying this, after last year, we have to keep an eye on, you got to keep an eye on the Auburn Tigers. You know what I'm saying? You know what they over there doing. They cooking up something, you never know what they doing. They going to be trying to go see their Alabama friends from high school, give them stomach poison and flu. You don't know. You got to keep your eye on. I don't know what old boy doing. You got Byron Brown throwing the ball with this little hitch in it. But, just because he didn't do nothing against us last year, and he was inaccurate as a blind squirrel last year and when he could have made plays. That's a quote from an Auburn fan. Don't mean he won't get better this year. Just do just enough to win Iron Bowl. But I wouldn't count on it. I don't care if they have top-rated recruits, a renewed program, if they go get some extra money from Yellow Fella. Hey, man, I don't think the streak is going to get blown, but I will give the respect for the greatest game played in college football all due respect, because you just never know. And let's be honest, we up 6-0 in 6 years. It's bound to happen. But I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But when you look here on the screen, it talks about the teams who should have double-digit wins. See, they're not willing to gamble that Alabama. They don't think anybody would say, like, if they said Alabama's going to win 10.5, they would lose money, because people could just say, well, I don't believe that. And more people than not would probably just bet lower, the under, rather. So, because 10 wins is good. That's all we need, really, to get to the playoffs. That's what it's all about now. Getting to the playoffs, national titles, it takes a lot. It's a tournament. So, amongst that team, the teams on this list, you see we have one of them on our schedule. That's Georgia. Georgia's list is one of those teams that could win 10 wins, but that don't mean they're going to get 10 wins by beating us. Oh, no. Them implying that they can have 10 wins also means they're going to have 2 losses. Why not get one of those from Alabama? On the next tier 2, you got these teams right here. They're slated to probably win 9 games. LSU, Florida State, Tennessee, they're on that list. But if you win 9 or 9 plus, 9-10 means you're gonna lose 2-3. I can get LSU a loss. It's a tough game down there. Florida State, hey, forget about it. Florida State, don't. If Alabama don't beat nobody else this year, we gonna kick y'all ass. Anyway, Tennessee is on this list as well. I'm just talking about the people on our schedule. The list also, you see, it got other teams on it we don't play. Penn State would not. Take the under on Penn State. They are not winning 9 games. Not only in 2026, they're not winning 9 games no time soon. Book it. And on the tier 3, I was surprised to see, look at here. Auburn's on here. Now, personally, I would take the under. That was the advice that I heard from my fellow Auburn friends. They would not bet that Auburn would win more than 8.5 games. I don't know nobody that's taking it over. They got a new coach. They understand. But I tell you like this, if they win 7 games, I don't see us being in that number. It could happen. I just don't see us being in that number of 7, the Crimson Tide. But Texas A&M is here. That's one of them teams that's kind of, I don't know. Is Elko, did he take advantage of a recruiting class that he inherited? Or is he ready to go now? Is he going to put this thing together? Is he going to take Texas A&M to the next level? Or is he always going to be a team that's going to get to the end of the year and just fall off? Just fall off the screen. Just turn into the Buki. Just at the end of the season, it's going to fall off. I don't know. I don't know how he has that thing set up down there, because I don't know if it's 1 or 2 years it's falling off, but it's falling off pretty bad. But the bottom line is this. I'm going to get to this in a second. The talking heads are obsessed with what we lost, but they are blind to what we gained. We gained 43 newcomers. All of them are not freshmen. I think 23 are. I see hungry athletes. Matter of fact, 3 of those so-called freshmen, 2 of them are coming from JUCOs already. So athletes are coming to Tuscaloosa to win championships, not to have win totals. We are the most talented roster in the nation over the last 5 years. Book it. Yeah. The boy has already proven that he can win, big games when the chips are down. So they can take that number 8.5 and they can shove it up their patootie. I'm taking the over. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the Tide is going to the top. I told you, I think we can get 2 additional wins this season. And now I'm sticking to it till I see something different. Coming out of 8-day game, I may see something different. I may see something different in the middle of July. But right now, I think they can win 14 games this year. Oh, yeah, if you scared, say you scared. I'm particularly not scared. Because as long as that scripted A is on the helmet, we expect nothing less than domination. This is year 3. This is the test. And you know how much money going into these teams now, man? But I'm going to look at the matchups. We're going a little deep. I scanned the horizon, and while Georgia and LSU, you know, they always want to be the main villains, we have the specific group of pesky opponents that are looking to ruin our strategies. I'm, you know, looking at look at this schedule, man. I'm just go ahead and fast forward this. I'm looking at East Carolina, Kentucky, Florida State, South Carolina, and Mississippi State. Come on, man. Come on, man. This schedule is easier than last year. Oklahoma shocked us, but it was good. Georgia, Tennessee was still sitting there. That stretch right there, that stretch where we had, I think this schedule's still better. Because, see, you look at Tennessee and you look at Texas A&M, you just don't know. And I know Lane Kiffin's putting things together, but last year we went to play teams that was set. Aguilar was up there. You know, Georgia had their stuff going on. The guy in Tennessee had his stuff going on. Missouri kind of had their stuff set. Vanderbilt had Pavia. You just didn't know what was going to happen. Oklahoma, they had their quarterback. He was a little injured, but he was ready to go, and they still kicked our butt. I don't see this schedule as being as, it ain't that Texas schedule they had the last 2 years. That Texas schedule, that schedule's so easy. But I think this schedule is, I should say, more manageable than last year. If Auburn, we'll know mid-season if Auburn is reestablishing itself to over 500 team or over 700 team. But if they do what their people are telling me they're going to do, you ain't got to worry. Them last 3 games is going to be like, Coach Clark Lee, I don't know who they're going to have as quarterback at with Vanderbilt, but it ain't Diego Pavia, right? It's just not him. I mean, Florida State, who they got returning? They missing the bowl for 2 years straight. Norvell playing musical chairs with roster. They got barely any offensive line continuity. They got some talented wideouts like Deuce Robinson, but they rank near the bottom in returning starters, which means, you know, they still be introducing themselves to each other when they hit Bryant's Den in September. They coming to our house. And we're going to kick y'all ass. The Noles lost their entire offensive line like we did, and are breaking in a new quarterback for the 2nd straight year. Kay Womack gonna have a field day with that. You know, and while they do have some freaks on the defensive line, Daniel Lyons is still there, and they lost 36 players from their 2 deep. That's absolutely insane. It's like their coach was a GOAT and he retired. That's funny because he not. Coach Norvell took back the play calling. That's the last step before getting fired. You know, I'll do it. Yeah, you'll do it till they get you out of there. That man is out. He's on his way down. I'm not worried about Florida State. Tennessee, the orange defensive experiment is going on up there. Tennessee, I'm just not feeling it, man. Heupel has finally realized he just can't outscore people, so he's trying to go get some defense. He was giving up 40 points a game, so he brought in some serious offensive reinforcements. He got some freshman phenoms. There's David Sanders Jr. on the line. They got 13 starters returning in total. That's good. They got some linebackers. Like I said, everybody can forget playing against Alabama that you saw last year when it comes to rushing. It ain't going to exist. The biggest loss to the offensive balance they had, relying on Malik Washington to steer the ship. He hadn't won the job. He's up against 2 other fellas to run that defense. They have 8 starters back on offense. They got a mashed potato line of big fellas, but the defense is still a question mark for them. And then with our defense is like a full-fledged scrimmage. If they can't apply defense to our lackluster run game, then they're going to get their brains beat in. The real story is, you know, they brought in Jim Knowles and Anthony Poindexter to try to fix that defensive leak. And they got over 100 years of Power 4 experience on the side, but do they have they got no amount of experience that can teach you how to stop the tide when we clicking. If we come in clicking, forget about it. Now Texas A&M does kind of, they interest me. Let me just move to the next slide. Top. I want to put like elephant paw stumps right on top of the teams that I'm not even worried about right now. That'll make this presentation make a little bit more sense. The Mike Elko evaluation. He's trying to build a culture that, it doesn't involve light money on fire like they did like his predecessor. Shout out to the great Jimbo Fisher. Shout out to the God. Hey, man. And the receiving corps is averaging over 13 yards a catch. So they got some explosive pieces to be ignoring on homecoming. Are we playing it for homecoming? That's crazy. But they're coming to see us though, right? That's their first problem. So they lose Le'Veon Moss to the NFL. That's a big blow to them. Then they're rushing attack. Amari Daniels have to carry the load. Defensive is undergoing a retooling. See, all these teams are retooling stuff. And then does Elko, he's a defensive mastermind, but we can't expect them to just lay down and play dead. So we got to watch them. But coming in Brian Denny, I think we got the edge there. I do think that. He promoted Joe Lynch to his quarterback coach and John Perry to a full-time receivers coach to keep that continuity, but he lost coaches too. That's one of the things with Saban. One of the things he did very well is keep quality coaches around. If you can't keep quality coaches around, you will be getting fired. Dabo swinging 7-6. They're trying to steady the ship, but steady doesn't always, they ain't gonna beat the tide. Because when you think you steady, then the tide come rolling in and wash you right away. So, you may need a miracle, man, if you run out of those, you know what I mean? Like let Johnny Manziel coming back, he may have a problem. Now going to the Auburn Tigers, brother, talk about a mass exodus, man. I always see it. It ain't just them, but the Plains is looking like a ghost town, man. They got 3 starters coming back. When you think about that, don't really mean nothing. Like we only got 5 starters coming back, but our starters coming off of a 10-win season, 11-win season and a playoff appearance. They starters coming off of a bag of peanuts and a box of watermelon seeds. Nothing. So Alex Golish is a new sheriff down on the Plain. Got Hugh Freeze up out of there. And he's returning one offensive starter, Jeremiah Cobb. So that should be good. It's absolutely hilarious to anyone with a pulse in Tuscaloosa, but that should be good for them. They lost their entire quarterback room. Yep. That's what happened when you bring somebody in. They've been doing this repeated thing over and over and over and over again. And Byron Brown is the guy. But Jackson Arnold is gone. They say they wanted him gone. Ashton Daniels is gone. Some say they didn't care if he left. But Deuce Knight might be starting over there in doggone Ole Miss if old boy's court case don't come back right. But they're all gone. To fix it, dude just he put a can of fix-em quarterback in there, and Byron Brown is there. He got a little hitch in his giddy up, a little baseball thing. Keep that in mind. A lot of quarterback experts that I've listened to said that's why he's so inaccurate, past 20 yards. I look forward to him being very inaccurate doing the Iron Bowl, playing against our very, very experienced secondary. But if they throw it short, he got a better chance. But you throw it past 15 yards, Red Morgan, Keon Saab, Bray Hubbard, Dijon Lee. Oh, y'all heard of Zay Brown before. He loved pick sixes. So please throw it at him. He's nothing. Always throw it his side. Hoping that a group of transfers come in and, be a four-headed monster in this backfield. But, good luck running the ball against our front seven. Telling we not playing. We ain't playing. The defense is consistent. I don't care. That man came in year one. I saw his defense solidify in year one, got better in year two, and I expected to continue his dominance in year three. Now that he got his pieces in now. Their coaches, the coach staff down at Auburn is undergoing a complete reboot. They went out and hired a good quality assistant coach. You may have heard of him, Coach Kapolovic. Used to work with us last year. Yeah, but they got transfers from USF and UCLA, like they're buying groceries at the last minute. But the lack of continuity in the Iron Bowl is a recipe for a crimson bloodbath. I'm not worried about them. Bottom line, these teams are all desperately trying to find an identity. While we already know who we are. We can't run the ball. We need to run the ball, and everything else is going to be better. The defense be better. The passing game be better. We'll be awesome, unstoppable. Get those 10 wins or 11 and move on to the playoffs. This is the goal every year. year after year. Do you feel me? So, you know, they're swapping coaches and trading players over there like Pokemon cards. I should hit that. But when the whistle blows, we're going to run Alabama in that game. We're the kings of the state. We're the big boys sitting on the hill. Come and get it, Alves. You don't want it. You don't want it. That's enough of that.
Don't matter, I'm coming. Don't matter, I'm coming. Girl, yo. Check the blueprint, Tuscaloosa's the foundation. We birthed a nation, the bats caused a nationwide evacuation. The sea was the proving ground, the standard we set high. Saw Henry and Ingram touch to Heisman sky. They handed out the stiff arm, it was more like a smash. Made that whole damn curse look like absolute crap. We talked 4,000 yards, talked 40 touchdowns deep. You thought you had the angle, but you fell fast asleep. Derrick Henry stepped up, 6'3" and 247. A freight train out of hell, sent straight from football heaven. He didn't sidestep, nah, he came to stomp and pound. Defenders caught the pain as his cleats tore up the ground. Mark Ingram was the first, a compact stick of dynamite. Dallas and the birds, flew by that championship light. He ran through the middle, put his shoulder in your ass. If you weren't on the ground, you were running out of gas, blowing through your chest. Trap anthem for Barron's backfield beast. Henry came stomping like hell on wheels. Heisman in hand, breaking bones with steel. 2 KRC got wrecked. Too many men, still not enough to check. Blowing through your chest, no damn regret. We run through pain, leave turf and sweat. Blowing through your chest, no time to rest. Blowing through your chest, we smash and flex. Too damn strong, too damn complex. Blowing through your chest, we stomp the best. This ain't finesse, it's a damn conquest. Ingram ran low, compact with black. Heisman first, made history last.